What is up, Theta Mafia guys? How are we doing? Got an excellent video for you guys today. Now, before we hop into it, guys, if you have not watched my last video, the double dividend strategy, please go watch that. That's probably one of the coolest strategies out there for your dividend plays. You're basically coming out here and giving an extra dividend a month or an extra dividend a quarter, depending on how you want to do your options, which is pretty cool. And if you haven't watched my other video, which is how to retire with options, guys, please go back and watch that. And the reason why I'm telling you guys that is because I want to show you guys how possible it is to get actual income with options and how I do it. And I'm making $1,300 a month on average so far this year just doing it. It's fun, it's exciting. And today we're going to hop into the big bulk of the strategy, which is the wheel strategy. It's one of my favorite strategies. Now, without further ado, let's give you a quick portfolio update because I do not hide my losses from you guys. I'm fully transparent. So, before we even show you my year to date, let's go down and look at the SPY, the Dow, and the QQQ. So, year to date for the SPY is 4.63% down year to date. The Dow is 3.18% year to date. And the QQQ is almost down 7% year to date at 6.83%. Now, if we go look at mine, I am currently up almost 20% at 19.96% to be exact. Now, my peak was at 42.67%. I had $54,000 in the account. Now I'm currently sitting at $45,000 in the account. Now, I want to be clear with you guys and give you full transparency. Yes, it looks like I tanked a lot from, having that 42% down to almost 20%. I do want to be honest with you guys. I did take out $10,000 for taxes because I wanted to have that money off to the side just because how the market's, being a little bit rocky here and there. And nobody can predict the market, guys, okay? I just wanted to take the necessary and smart precaution to take that $10,000, put it in my SoFi high yield savings account, get a little bit of interest on that. And so by this time next year, I'll be able to pay my taxes, the majority of my taxes. Okay. Now, that big drop that we seen was from me taking $10,000 out. But also, the market did go down. You know what I'm saying? So we are up still 20%. So we're still beating the market, right? Now, I want to show you guys the wheel strategy. And we are going to use Dollar General as my example. Look at Dollar General. I only have 100 shares, currently 31% of my portfolio diversity. Kenny said never to go over 20% of your portfolio diversity. Now, I do have a decent amount of cash, and I just want to show you guys that. So if I were to come out here and buy shares, that portfolio diversity would go down. I have $20,000 of individual cash. So if I was to come out here and let's say buy ELF or buy Hood or buy Nike, because I'm selling puts on it currently, that would lower, Dollar General's portfolio diversity down to a moderate percentage. Okay, so I do have 100 shares. Remember, one contract equals 100 shares for future explanation. Okay, now if we go down here, we're going to scroll down here to my history. We're going to do strictly options. Okay, now we started this back in November 25th of 2024. I sold a put on Dollar General at $65 strike price for $12.27/2024. We got filled $1.47 per share. One contract equals 100 shares. So times that by 100, we received $147. Now that $65, which is our strike price, times that by 100, that's $6,500. If we take that $147 we received and we divide that by 6,500, that gives us our percentage on our collateral, which I got 2.2%. Okay, so if we look what happened, options expired, so we got to keep the whole entire premium without having to buy the shares. So I made 2.2% off of my collateral, off my money, guys, for the potential to buy the shares. Next, we sold another put at $2.08 per share. One contract equals 100 shares for a total of $208. Okay, minus the regulatory fee. And our strike price, we moved up to $73. Okay, now we did get assigned, but we still got to keep that $208. We get to keep the premium no matter what. So I got to keep that $208. But at this time, we did have to buy the shares. So it cost me $7,300 because if we look at my put strike price, it's $73. One contract equals 100 shares times by 100. That's $7,300, which is our cost. And this shows you the price of Dollar General at assignment. So Dollar General was at $71.06 at assignment. Now, guys, strictly for the puts, if we take that 147 plus that 208, that's $355. Okay, $355 I got paid just to buy the shares. And this is why options is superior. I got paid $355 just to buy the shares. Okay, Dollar General, if we go back and look at the expiration, Dollar General was at almost at $76. And then I made another one. And then if we look at the price, it was at probably $76, like I said, and I got paid that $208. And yes, it did dip down. If we look, remember it did dip down to $71.06, right? But if we did that, we got paid that $355, right? 2.2% on our first play and 2.8% on our second play. Guys, that's what I'm saying. Selling puts is great if you want to get into stocks. And we got into Dollar General a lot cheaper, which is amazing because I'd rather pay $73 than to sit here and pay Dollar General at $76 when I made the play. Okay? Now, Kane, you had to buy the shares. What'd you do after? So this is part of the wheel strategy. We sell puts to get in, which we did, and which we got assigned, which eventually you want to happen. All right? That's what you eventually want to happen. Sell puts, collect money, like we did, 147, 208, until we get assigned. Okay, now I got assigned. What do I do next? Now you're going to come out here and you're going to sell a covered call. Now because you have the 100 shares. So what I did is I sold a covered call, strike price at $75. It cost me $73 for my strike price earlier that we got filled at. So that's a difference of $2 per share. We got paid $200 to do this, right? To sell this covered call, right? Minus the regulatory fee. And we expired, but we were very close. Dollar General was at $74.18, and my strike price was at $75. If it reached my strike price or went past my strike price, I would have to get rid of my shares for a profit, and we would still get paid that $200. But because it expired, just kind of like how our put expired, right? I did another one, and this is my most recent one. And so I sold a covered call at $80, right? For the end of this month, as in March 28th, at $80, and I got filled for $242. So I got paid $242 to do this. All right. So just between my first cover call and my second cover call, I made $200 for the first time for my collateral, which my collateral will be $7,300, which is a 2.7% play. And then for this recent one I just did for this month, which is $242, divide that by $7,300. Why? Because that was my collateral. That's how much it cost me for the shares, as you see right here. That's a 3.3% play. Okay, now, if we look at Dollar General right now, it's at $78.85, right? It did reach past my $80 point, but it has went down, which I'm fine with, guys, because what I'll do is I'll sell another cover call if this one expires for another probably $200. Okay, now this is the cool thing. If it expires worthless, like I said, I'll sell another covered call. But if the underlying stock, which this case is Dollar General, is at $80 or above, I would have to sell my shares at the strike price of $80. Now, if we take $80 minus the strike price of what we bought it for, $73, that's a $7 difference. Now, take that $7 difference, times that by 100, that's $700 in profit. Okay? Now, for this hypothetical case, I want to show you guys if we did do that and our shares got taken away at $80. So we made $355, right, to get in, and we finally got in at $7,300. But we made $355. Now we're trying to sell covered calls to get out, right? Because now we already have the shares. So we have sold, a $200 one and a $242 one. Now, let's say at the date of expiration, let's say March 28th is today, and let's say Dollar General is at $83 at market close, okay? And we take that $700 difference, okay? So that $355 it cost us to get in, plus that $442 it costs us because we're trying to get out, plus, guys, the difference between the $80 strike price of what we're trying to sell our shares for versus the $73 strike price that we bought our shares for is $7 times that by 100, because one contract equals 100 shares, that's $700. So if we add 700 plus the 442 plus the 355 that it cost us to get in and us trying to get out, and the difference between what we bought our shares for versus what we're selling our shares for, that comes out to a total of $1,497. Okay. Now, $1,497 divided that by 7,300 is 20.5%. Okay. So I made 20.5% if this contract goes through at $80 strike price this March in this hypothetical case, okay? Guys, let's look at Dollar General. Year to date, Dollar General is up 3.34%. If this play goes through, and let's say Dollar General is at $82.80 by March 28th, at market close, and I had to sell my shares at $80, right? We just made $1,497 in the matter of 4 months, which is a 20.5% play, right? Now, if we go up here and look, year to date, Dollar General's only been up 3.34% year to date. And this is why I teach options, and this is why options work. Kane, you're telling me you have, if it does go through, and if it doesn't, you'll just sell another covered call to make more money, Kane. But let's say in this hypothetical case that I just gave you, we did go through. You made $1,497, which is a 20.5% play on your collateral. Even though Dollar General went up only 8.5%, pretty much. Yes. And this is why I teach options. And this is why I love options, because we made great money. We made a 20.5% play with Dollar General. And guys, look, that's not even counting. Look, Dollar General even pays a dividend too, almost a 3% dividend. Okay. So even if I don't sell the shares at $80 for a hypothetical case, and I had to hold Kane, let's say Kane, you have to hold long term. Guys, I'm still making a 3% dividend, and I'm still going to be making probably a 2% every single month. Now, if we look, this stock's been down 47% the past year. Past 5 years, it's been down 47.71%. I use this as a hedge. Why? Because in troubled times, if we go back and look at our max, let's look at 2002. 2002, there was a big dip in the market. A big dip. I can go show you at, ETFs. Big dip. Look at 2022. That thing has been going up and up. Let's go to 2020, right? Yes, it had a little bit of a dip, but not as major as dips that you see. This play is meant for me just to have a little bit of a hedge on the downside. It's a consumer defense. You know what I'm saying? And so we're going to still make that dividend, even if I don't sell the shares. But the guys, this is what I'm saying. This is why I push options. This is why I'm trying to teach you guys different strategies. Because for us, it just has to go up, to that 80%. That 80, I mean, it can go to 81, 84, and I'm still gonna have to sell my shares this month, right? Technically, in this hypothetical case. And so it has to go up, another 4% just for me to come out here and make 20.5%. And let's say I don't sell the shares and I keep on going. Guys, eventually Dollar General will recover. Eventually it will. And when it does, and let's say I hold Dollar General for the whole entire year. Well, I'm collecting a dividend. I'm still collecting money, which is options, all right? I'm still collecting all that money from my options. And then whatever strike price I'm selling it for, it's going to be killer. It's going to be killer. Because look, Dollar General for the past 5 years already had its crash. It's already down a damn near 50%, guys. You think it's going to go down another 50%? You think it's going to go to zero? More than likely, probably not. Is there some risk to Dollar General? Yeah, there's a little bit of risk. There's a little bit of problems that's going on. But all companies have some type of problems. It could be good problems. It could be bad problems, right? That's why you got to know your stock, know your company. I'm using the wheel strategy for SoFi, which I'm also doing a different strategy for SoFi as well, which will be next video. So be on the lookout for that. I'm using the wheel strategy for Palantir. I'm trying to get back into Palantir since I sold the majority of my shares, and I'm like at $86. Where it is right now, I'm like, okay, I sold a put on it for 74, and I collected $170 for that. Now, if I get put the shares, I don't mind owning Palantir at $74, and if I don't, that's fine too. I just made $174. Same thing with Nike. I don't mind buying Nike at $74. Now it's currently almost $72, which that's fine too. I made $159 to buy Nike if it remains below my strike price as it is currently. But if we look at Nike. Past 5 years, down 12%. 28.27% down the past, year. Guys, you know what I'm saying? And guess what? Nike pays a dividend too. Right? Now this one I love too. Hood. Look at Hood. I'm comfortable owning Hood at $42. King, you could have got it for cheaper. Okay, I'm going to come out here and probably sell another put on Hood after I just accumulated 100 shares of Hood if it below my strike price. What am I doing with Hood? Oh, I'm doing the wheel strategy. So all these companies I'm trying to sell puts on, right? SoFi, Palantir, Nike, Hood, Elf, Celsius, all those companies, I'm trying to get puts to get in. If we look at AMD, Ford, SoFi, right? More SoFi. I'm selling calls as either insurance, as in AMD's position. We'll teach you guys that in a future video. But I'm also selling calls to get out of companies, right? I'm selling calls to get out of companies. Dollar General, I'm selling a call to get out. Am I comfortable getting out at $80? Yeah. Am I comfortable keeping the shares? And if it doesn't reach $80, yeah. I mean, it's a win-win situation for me because no matter what, guys, I'm going to come out here and collect this money. And then this is why I'm teaching options, because it's consistent. You're getting consistent income. That's not even counting the dividend. That's not even counting the growth of what you purchased it for and what you're selling it for. Just off that 2% or that 2.8% or that 3.3% off my collateral, guys, that's great enough. Me coming out here and selling cover calls to get out of companies like Dollar General. And if when I do, guys, that's just even more money for me. And even the dividend that I get paid, that's even more money for me. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is why options are viable. This is why year to date, even though the market's in the red, I'm still in the green. This right here, guys. Yes, I made a right decision about Palantir, right? But guess what? I also made a wrong decision about Tattoo Chef. Yes, I was right. Yes, most of these gains have been from Palantir from when Palantir went up. But a lot of these gains as well has been from selling options for the past 2 years. Yes, this is possible, guys. This is what your portfolio is going to look like during great times. And this, guys, this was during bull market. We're in a bear. Like, is the market crashed, Kane? I want to say we're in a crash. I want to say we're in a bear market. Are we in a correction? Yeah, we're in a small correction. Guys, this ain't nothing to me. Seeing Hood down, 30%. Guys, this is what I'm saying. We sell puts to get into companies at low prices, and we get in. And guess what? We sell cover calls to get out at higher prices. Buy low, sell high. Now, the great thing about it is options kind of already does that for you, right? But you're also getting paid to do it. So, guys, with that being said, guys, please like, comment, subscribe. I love your comments. I don't even care if you're talking junk, because I'm going to give you guys that junk straight back because I love you guys. Please like the video. Please share the video if you guys find this helpful for your friends, for your family, to help get that money for them. Guys, with that being said, peace.